and what you did.
Bunge Klamungu. I was in A Matter of Prejudice.
Yes.
Sandra Mintz, I wrote and directed Matter of Prejudice.
Yes.
Patrick Thomas, cut my hair barber.
Austin Julian Davis, director of Letter to My Son.
Gerald Brown, I was the supervising producer for Letter to My Son.
I'm Leah Cohen Mays, and I was the writer-director of The Boots.
So before we even like open it up, I'm just how did you guys come up with the backstory for some of these films? It's like amazing. Like how'd you come up with the story?
Mine was actually an adaptation from an 1893 story by Kate Chopin. So I reinterpreted it in modern way. So that's where my source was.
Excellent.
And my movie was The Little Boy and Come Here Barber, was based off of my life, a lot of it off my life, growing up without my father in the household, and just my trials and tribulations of trying to grow into a man, what I thought was a man.
Letter to My Son was based on a article that Pastor Otis Moss III wrote for Huffington Post, kind of in response to some of the challenges we've been dealing with, like Tamir Rice being shot and killed. He's from Cleveland, so I think that one kind of hit really, really close to home for him. And he had written the letter, and he came to my office one day and he said, I want to make this into a movie. And talented young man, Austin Davis, kind of produced it and directed it, and he may have some things to say.
Yeah, from that point, my next job was to extract this vision from his head and turn a letter into a movie. So at that point, we began casting, and we just hit the ground running. And people were more than happy to be involved, and I'm very pleased with the turnout. So.
You did a good job.
And my film came from my job. I'm an attorney for abused children in Los Angeles County, and a lot of my clients would come in because their parents spanked them, which in a lot of households it's appropriate, but in the eyes of the law it's not. So I thought it would be a good idea to do something on like smart or creative parenting as a way to discipline your children. So that's where it came from.
There it is. Look at that. Oh man, there it is. There it is. So before I open up, I just got one more question, like for you guys. Let's talk about, because the people, you're doing independent film, and you guys all made it happen, and I mean, it's beautiful work. Like, so what are some of the like things you ran into while trying to get this film made?
Oh, wow. I had numerous challenges, beginning, middle, and end. Casting was difficult at the beginning because finding French-speaking African Americans in Seattle was kind of hard. So we ended up going to LA for Jamal Bakari, and Farah Tassi came from New York. And Bunge, she's actually from Seattle, and we still to this day don't know exactly how she wound up in the casting office or who gave her the name, but everything started falling into place after that.
Excellent.
My biggest challenge was working with the cast and crew, that large. That was the largest one that I've had assembled. I had a good cast and crew, I think. I have some of them here. The cinematographer, Michael Wilson, Levi. Michael Patterson played the father, and Vincent S. Williams was production manager. So they made it easy, but it was just a big crew to get together. So that was fun and challenging.
Love it.
So I would say two of the biggest challenges was casting for one. Just finding that many people to read the letter all the way through and take their parts and really digest them into different personalities. It was just mind-blowing. I didn't think it would be as difficult as it was, but it definitely was, because everybody read for about 10 to 15 minutes straight. So that was probably the most difficult part. What do you think was like one of the most interesting parts of making that?
That was definitely a hard part. There are several of our cast members here, and if they could just stand and say and wave their hand, however they feel, We're lucky enough to go to a big church, and we have a lot of talented people here. So it was wonderful to do that. But I say you always underestimate the time it's going to take to complete a task. And I think we started shooting last October. Yeah, last October, November. And, Pastor, he's always thinking we're going to get this stuff done in a couple of months, And I was like, Rev, yeah, we're working on this, we're working on that. And poor Austin, and I think he was probably working with DeAndre, one of our other editors. And it just, you underestimate the amount of time it takes to make this stuff happen. So that's definitely a challenge, especially when you have the executive producer saying, well, when am I going to get my movie?
I actually agree about the time. My film was like 11 minutes, and it took over a year for it to be finished. The post-production, the color, the music. We put the music to the film. It was all original after the fact. A lot of the editing, there was a moment where there was no chord, and there was a chord in all the other scenes, so we had to have someone add a chord. Little things like that took a year. So the time for sure.
Well,
I asked you a question. What about you?
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm just no. You guys keep bringing up editing, and it's more. I want to put more light on you. It's not even about me, but he edited. So I heard editors like 4 or 5 times up here. So why don't you talk about your experiences in editing?
And I'm gonna try to make this story short as possible. Yeah. Derek called me, and he was talking about this film that I did, and he was talking about needing an editor, and he didn't ask me, but I thought it was like a weird way of asking me. I'm just like, bro, I got you, bro. It's cool. I'll edit it for you. He's like, cool. So he sent me the drive from LA to Chicago. So I picked the drive up from my mom's house. I took it to my house. Then I went to shoot another film for 2 days straight. And then when I got back home, the drive was gone. I have 3 roommates. I don't know what happened. So I'm like, yo, man, y'all seen this drive. Nobody knows where it is. So it took me like a whole day before I called Derek to tell him that his drive was gone. Because he could have personal stuff on there. I don't know. So it was the worst conversation. I was like, bro, yeah, man, like, and then how you trying to explain the situation. He don't even know what's going on. I'm just like, yo, I didn't lose it. I'm just saying, like, he like, what, bro? I'm like, the drive is gone. I don't know where it's at. And so he was just quiet, extremely quiet. And he was just like, all right, bro. And I'm like, man, but I got you, though. I'm going to find this drive. So I spent, like a day and a half trying to find this drive, and I never found it. So I called him. I'm like, it's not coming up. He like, forget it, man. I don't think we're going to be able to, like, submit it to Black Carvers. Just forget it. I'm just like, no, man, I think we can do this. He like, no, bro. All right, bro. I'll talk to you later, bro. All right. I'm like, so, and I got to shout out Dana, because she's, like, the one who's actually encouraged me to fly out to L.A. to edit the film. Because I just randomly said, I was like, I should fly to L.A. and I have no money. So I just said it. And she was like, no, do it. And so also shout out to my sister. She's not here, but I made a Facebook post. And I was like, I have no money, but I need to fly out to LA to do this film. And my sister gave me the money to fly out there. So I called him and I was like, yo, man, listen, I could fly to LA and I could be there Saturday and I can leave like Sunday or Monday. It's up to you. And he was just like, nah, bro, I don't want you to like spend your own money and like, it's cool. Like, cool. I don't think we're going to be able to like, it's cool, bro. It's cool. And I'm just like, no, man, like I was going to have to spend like 3 days straight to edit this movie anyway. Like it's cool. Like I'll do it. And he just like, all right, bro, when would you get here? And I'm just like, I can get there Sunday or I can get there Monday. It's up to you. And he never answered that question. He was just like, all right, bro. And I'm like, no, Sunday or Monday. He was just like, all right, bro. All right, cool. That's cool. All right. So I flew out there. We edited like around the clock. I think I got a total of like maybe 10 hours of sleep. for 3 days straight. I came back and we was able to finish it, and it's a blessing to be here with all of these talented people. We almost didn't make it here, so to be here is like a blessing. Yeah.
Thank you. That was not a short story, like you said. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna open up the floor to you guys.
So if you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get the mic to you first, okay, before you ask a question.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you don't. Okay.
Uh-oh.
My question is for the young lady that did the boots. What was your emphasis for making it a silent picture instead of a talking?
Well, my father lived in Afghanistan for many years, and he would travel a lot when he was over there. And he told me one day, I don't care where I travel, kids are all the same. Like, if they're going to throw a tantrum, they're going to throw it. If they want something, they want it. And I felt like that was a universal thing for a kid to want something, a parent to not know how to react in that moment. So I thought it would be better to not have any words in it, because then everyone would get it. Moms, dads, kids alike. So that was the reason for it.
It's amazing.
Thank you all. Those were incredible shorts. For the creator